We're here with Henrik Fisker and the Fisker Karma. Now obviously we've seen this lately in the press with this being presented to Justin Bieber as a birthday present, but obviously there's a lot more to the car than celebrity and things like this. Please, tell us about the car, your company, and obviously as well some of your background with other marques that you've been principal in design.
Well, I've worked for BMW. I designed the Z8 and then Z8, and then worked for Aston Martin, and of course designed the V8 Vantage there, and worked on the DB9 as well. So for me, I've always been working on sports cars, and I started to think some years ago about what are we going to drive in the future. And I think if it came up to the regulators, it would be some little white eggs with 20 horsepower. So I thought, why can't we merge an environmental friendly car with a good looking sporty vehicle? So the Fisker Karma is really, I think, the most environmental friendly sports saloon. And it's basically a car that is sort of the size of a Porsche Panamera, has 400 horsepower, but you can achieve a better fuel economy than a Toyota Prius, which is pretty amazing for this type of power and this type of looks.
Because LA, it has become like, you sort of associate LA with people driving and celebrities driving Prius. And of course, not everyone likes the look and feel of the Prius. They want, as you say, something more dynamic. And your designs have always been that.
That's right. So I really feel like we have to come up with something that is truly desirable as an environmental vehicle. And it's also not just about the powertrain. We have the world's largest curved solar roof on the car. We have reclaimed wood inside instead of wood cut down in Brazil. It's from the California fires or the bottom of the lakes. So, and then the other idea about this car is that in your daily commute, you can, if you drive up to about 50 miles or 80 kilometers maximum, you would not use one drop of gasoline. It's only electric, so you can plug it in at night like you plug in your mobile phone. But versus a normal electric car that when it's out of juice, you can't go anywhere, this car actually has a gasoline engine that turns on as a range extender and creates electricity via generator while you're driving. So now you can go another 250 miles or 400 kilometers. You can now keep on filling gas on, or you can charge it, so you have the choice.
And that's more efficient than using the electric motor to drive the wheels, I understand.
Well, it's more efficient than having, we believe it's more efficient and a better solution than the normal hybrids, because the normal hybrid, you as a driver cannot choose whether you want to be an electric or gasoline. The gasoline engine will go on and off depending on how fast you go. In this car, you can stay in electric for about 80 kilometers or 50 miles. You can go at motorway speeds as well, but you can also manually flip into gasoline mode. And the gasoline engine, we don't have a gearbox. It only makes electricity like a generator. So there's only one gear, so you accelerate from 0 to 125 miles an hour in one gear. Very few cars can do that.
Yeah. And there's a lot of, as you say, you touched on the materials like the solar panels on the roof.
Yeah.
But also you've got, you haven't used a lacquer or on the veneers or on the timber, etc., because it cuts down that impact on the world.
That's right, and we also want to show like real wood. I mean, today you sit in a car and there's so much lacquer, you don't actually know if it's a real veneer or if it's just a painting or a print. So we want you to feel the real wood. Also, we offer this car, interestingly enough, with an animal-free interior, so no leather at all. But you can also order leather. We actually have some great leather from Bridger Wear, which is very low. They almost use very few chemicals on it, so it's very, very natural and a great feeling.
Okay, yeah, and I noticed there's leaf elements as well within the car, within the glazing. Can you tell me about that?
Well, that depends on which version you're ordering. If you order the Eco Chic, which is animal free, you also get fossil leaves actually that is put in the glass inside the car, which looks very cool. But you can also order the all leather, and then it's just clear glass where you actually can see the lithium-ion battery which is running down the center of the car.
Yeah, because again, you feel the part of the sports car element is that you feel cocooned in the interior of the car. And the central tunnel adds to that feeling.
Yeah, and it actually has a purpose, because the lithium-ion battery, 20 kilowatt-hour lithium battery, is running down through the center, which is also the safest place in the car. And it goes in underneath the car, can be taken out in 30 minutes, so it's very easy for the dealer to exchange it, because we give a 4-year full warranty on the entire car. So if there's anything wrong, they just take it out, put a new battery in.
And that's always something that I suppose with electronics, you wonder about how long the battery pack lasts. Do you have any indication as to how long that would last under normal use? Yeah,
I think it's pretty much like a normal car. I mean, we have a life expectancy of minimum 10 years of the battery, and of course there's some decline where you probably lose 10 to 15% of the capacity of it during this time. But in the end of the day, the battery technology is moving so fast, and we have made it so you can take the battery out. So maybe in 10 years you might even have a battery that's 3 times as powerful that you can put in there.
Technology moves on constantly, so it's upgradable in the future.
That's right. That's right.
Excellent. Performance figures?
Well, it goes 125 miles an hour. We limit the top speed to that, but that's in 1 gear, and you always have full torque. It has as much torque as a Bugatti Veyron, and has 400 horsepower. And then it has 0 to 60 in about 6.2 seconds.
And for anyone considering adding this to their collection, what are we talking price-wise?
It starts in Europe at around 95,000 euros.
Okay, so at the moment though, only available in left-hand drive, I understand.
Only left-hand drive. We will sell it in England as well in third quarter this year. We do have some orders there, but it will be in left-hand drive. Right-hand drive will be for some of our future models.
So this is a big step for yourself, Henrik, and obviously you're now concentrating solely on the Fisker brand. What do you see for the future?
Well, this is the future, the Fisker Karma.